Hello and welcome to an episode from UK Rival. Now we are today completing a week 1 review of the Division 2, how we're finding the game and sort of what we've been up to in the game and sort of thoughts and feedback. So the game's been out a week for Gold and Ultimate Edition owners. It's only been out a few days for sort of normal edition owners. So the Ubisoft have done massive amounts with this game. In regards to building it and also what they've done since launch in regards to patches and updates with the servers. So start here at the White House. Obviously this is your base of operations within the game. It's the focal point within Washington itself. So I'll try. The obvious point here would be to open the map, but there are spoilers. They're going to be spoilers. It's inevitable just with how much time I've put into the game compared to where I'm at in regards to sort of gameplay through. So I'll try and be a little bit restrictive with the map, just so players that aren't as far forward can don't see what they don't want to. So I do apologise now if there are any spoilers. So inside the base of operations, it's kind of a normal feel. We've got shooting range. You've got on the different floors. You've got the vendor. You've got the specializations vendor, which we'll get to later, and then the co-op denizen, which is the quartermaster. So this is where you get all your skills in the game. So there are 8 of them, and throughout the process of the game, you will unlock all 8. So you don't have to pick 2 or 3 that you're going to use. You get to unlock all of them, and you can interchange with different loadouts and different skills. So then you've got the sort of customization and recalibration. You've got the shooting range down there, and then down the end you've got upstairs, which is where the division officer is, along with the other sort of drone station and those sorts of things. So you can go quite far within the White House itself. So I like it as a base of operations. It's quite large in size. You've got the clan quarters now. So obviously a big shout out to the clan. The clan is live. We've got a few members in here, which has got its own vendor, which you have to level up. It's got its own bounty system, weekly caches, and obviously the leaderboard for this week. So from the look of it, that's reset from this week. It looks like I haven't played it, which I obviously have. So feeling wise in the game, the game world is massive. So what we'll do is we'll go out into the game world. There's something around every corner in this game. The game world is so dense and populated with things to do. There are I'm running the wrong way. There are agents activities everywhere. So there's side missions, there's strongholds, there's control points. As you get into later game, it becomes even more. So there's bounties officer outside, got another vendor outside as well. So this is I'm going to open the map. So obviously, if you don't want to see the map, do skip forward. I will timestamp it in the description below for you, just so you know how far to skip forward if you don't want to see the map at this stage. Because at this stage, I am world tier level 2. I do have a gear score of 315 at the moment, so obviously I am further into the game than most people that are still working their way up to level 30. So skip forward now if you don't obviously want to see the map. And as we open up the map is absolutely huge. So main base of operations is here in the middle. You've got sort of different areas. You've got Mac Park, you've got Constitution Hall, Downtown West, Folly Bottom, West End, Downtown East, Triangle, Judiciary Square. You've got East Mall, you've got South West, and then Capitol Hill obviously is one of the strongholds in the game. Now, there is a stronghold in Judiciary Square, which is the District Union Arena, and you've also got Roosevelt Island as well. Now there are 3 dark zones, which you do scout as part of the main game, just to give you sort of an insight into them without being attacked by rogue agents and such forth. So you've got the DZ West, you've got the DZ South, and also the DZ East. So there's 3 different areas that you can go into. Now, a lot of players obviously will be familiar with these as if they've played the sort of the open beta or the closed beta. Now, I did have access to both, and I chose not to play either of them for the pure fact that I didn't want to spoil the final game once I got here. There's lots of I just wanted to capture the whole game. I didn't want to get into an open beta and find bugs, and the bugs annoy me and put me off the final game, so I didn't. I came in. There's a good amount of missions within the game, sort of main story missions, along with side missions. The way they do sort of weapon attachments is you unlock them through side missions activities now. So I've just spawned over to the sort of Lincoln Memorial. And there's one reason that I wanted to come over here. Now, there is a added box within the game, which they've added the ability to dye your gear. So obviously you can see I've got a couple of examples here. I've got the blue, the Admiral, the Tiger Stripe, the multicam, and then the white as well. Now, these are hidden in the game. There's nothing in the game that tells you where they are. There's one simple thing you are looking for. Let me see, I'll just quickly run up here because I know there's one around the back of the Lincoln Memorial. We'll do. Oh, I'm gonna get attacked here. I will do another video on where the locations are. So I've managed to find a few. They are scattered all over the place. God, it's just a blue sponge. Might be in a bit more trouble than I wanted to be initially. So obviously combats like this come up absolutely all the time. There are, when you get later in the game, you will notice these spawn more and more and more. They are, you'll understand it. Obviously I don't want to ruin the game for you, but there is different armour and people that you've got to attack. As you scale through the world, the tiers, it obviously gets more and more difficult. Right, there we go. Apologies, only a minor delay. So obviously the different factions are good. You've got the Outcasts, the Hyenas, the True Sons, and another one which I won't mention, which is the one we've just fought. Obviously don't want to ruin that for anybody. Now, the one thing I was talking about, the reason I've come this way and spawned here, is the dye packs. Now, these enable you to dye all of your gear. I won't move much more forward than here because I don't want to alert anybody. Now, they're hidden from the map. They are hanging from trees. So, whenever you see an orange case, if it's an orange parachute, sorry, if it's got an orange case underneath, that's got a dye pack in it. If it's got a black case underneath, then that has only got supplies in it. Oh, I've got a new colour there as well, actually. So you can reuse these, because I've actually got this one yesterday. So by the looks of it, you can reuse these to get other colours. Yeah, it's got a new Tiger Swamp colour there. So there are various ones located throughout the map, which I will... I'll put another video up separately on those. In regards to sort of the locations. So if we can quickly do this before we get attacked, just show you the new colour that we've literally just unlocked. So it's sort of a dark green, nor swamp camo. So, oh, that's someone that had a bomb attached to him. That actually scared the living daylights out of me. So what I'll do is let's safe travel to a safe house just to get out of line of fire. We'll go back to base operations section. So content wise, the game is absolutely massive. I've easily clocked 50 hours so far, and I'm probably only about halfway through the game in regards to what there is to do and what's around the world. It doesn't feel too dissimilar from the First Division in the regards of sort of the way the missions are laid out. It's quite as straightforward. There's only one way to really lay them out. They're not. They can be a bit open. Obviously, there are tactics. You can involve tactics now in regards to flanking, and your enemies do flank you. I've been killed numerous times by enemies that either rush or flank.
You hear me?
They do get harder the better you are, which is what I am finding as I've got to sort of World Tier 1 and 2. The enemies are getting a lot harder. So they are a lot more difficult. Now, weapon wise within the game itself, so obviously the general idea is to level up your gear score. So you've got some of the weapons have changed. There's now, you've got the assault rifle category, you've got the rifle category, which is an assault rifle with single fire. Essentially, you've got submachine guns, which is normal, and then marksman rifles, which again are normal, and shotguns. You've got LMGs as well. Now, a couple of the guns that I was surprised to see in sort of the rifle category were the LVOA, which is a fast sort of assault rifle from the first game. Is now a rifle in this one, so there's some small changes. That you notice the police M4 still makes a good account of itself. A couple of little bugs at the moment. This stick's got a bug that whenever you're carrying it, if you look at it on my person, it just doesn't look like it's got a magazine in place. And if you actually put a colour on it, regardless of the colour you put on it, it will. Oh, it's gone from not showing it to. Yeah, so it used to be a bug that it used to turn red. The gun was just red, all the time it was red. Now it's just black. Okay. So there's still bugs within the game. There was a bug with the skills that would deploy for 2 seconds and then go on an immediate cooldown for 15 seconds. So it made skills almost redundant within the game. That seems to have been fixed in the patch that came out yesterday for the game. So Ubisoft have been really good in regards to when they're implementing updates and patches for fixes for the bugs. But with a AAA title like this, it's inevitable, and such a big launch, it's inevitable there's going to be bugs in the game. So with how well they curved the development of the first one, obviously there was a dip in the middle. This one, they've set a good base for this one to making sure they get it right first time. So hopefully they don't change too much of the base game, because the base game is good. You can kill other players in the dark zone. I've killed players in this dark zone already that I struggled in the first one. See a lot of YouTubers complaining about it, which is obviously them trying to get it changed so it suits them. I think the way they've done it, it makes it a lot fairer, and you've got to adjust the way you play the game in order to be good at it. So gameplay wise, I'm absolutely loving every second of it. Let me see if I can get. Oh, I've got the Ubisoft app. Let me see. I'm just going to, as we talk, I'm just going to get the Ubisoft companion app up, because that tells me you can compare your leaderboards and things on there. So it's quite handy in regards to sort of comparing where you are with your sort of friends or clan members. It also tells you sort of depressingly how long you've spent on the game and what you've been doing on the game, and obviously you can get your challenges and stuff and bits like that on there. So let's go into right, so I'm just going into the Ubisoft app. Here we are. So playtime. Wow, that's depressing. Okay, so I've put 59 hours worth of gameplay into this game in a week, and I'm only World Tier 2. So there's a lot of people that have rushed through the game in order to get content. I've not taken that route. I wanted to devote my time to it and give a sort of a proper review of the game, really, in order to give my thoughts and feedback, really. So we've looked at the sort of the map. The map itself is huge. It's diverse. There's lots and lots of things going on. There's pretty much something around every corner. As you saw, we went to get one crate and ran into a whole heap of trouble. So you get that throughout the game. It's really good. Obviously the design, it's Washington DC, so you've got the different factions, and they control sort of different areas. You've got the, as you get to the sort of the worlds here again, it does sort of change a little bit as well, and the factions sort of differ in where they attack. You've obviously got the bounties for the factions. Now, clans is good. Obviously, you can team up with your friends. By all means, our clan is live, so if you do find yourself at loose end, you don't really have anyone to play with, if you just search for UK Rivalry in the clan menu, you'll be able to find us. Clans open to join. We're on pretty much most days, so just drop me a message, and then we can. I'll jump in and play. Well, spend a couple of hours. It's not a problem at all. It's getting people involved, getting people used to the game. Obviously, if you're on different skill, different sort of ranks or levels, as you're getting up to level 30, it does scale you up to the best person. So, which can be a bit of a pain at the time if you just don't have that gear. Although the scaling it scales you up, the gear you've got is still not that good. So it can be a bit tricky at times. So it's best to find sort of a group of 3. I've pretty much gone through the whole game with 3 of us, and we've not encountered too many troubles. We can normally get rid of the majority of any enemies sort of between us. Now, when we first did the first stronghold, we were level 26s, and it's a 28 stronghold. We decided to see how we get on at the sort of Roosevelt Island, and we just didn't get anywhere. We had to sort of rage quit in the end. It was just far too difficult. So that is those. We've obviously got the loot drops. We've got the DZ. DZ's a normal DZ. It's much the same as the first one. So it's just 3 locations this time, rather than the sort of the one large location throughout the middle of the map. The summer season's nice. It's nice to have something bright. When it's dark, it's dark. There is a need for a flashlight. I think at times in this game. There's just some spaces in the game that even if you turn the brightness up to full, that are just so dark that you end up spending half your time walking into a wall, or objects that you can't walk around. So, sort of a final thought. Would I recommend this game to anybody? Yes, definitely, without a second of a thought. I've been waiting for this game for absolutely months since it was announced, and it's a credit to massive news of Ubisoft. I see so many good comments on Reddit about the game. People are absolutely loving the game. It's got a great reception, regardless of the small bugs. The game itself is absolutely sensational. What a game! As a release, AAA blockbuster title. It's probably going to consume the majority of my life this year. I will definitely be putting hours and hours worth of gameplay into this. Obviously, we've got the White House, so the way the engine, it's a snowdrop engine that's been used in this. Just everything, sort of the little touches here and there, the people's conversations, the people running around. You've got deers running around. You've got dogs running around. Controversially, you can actually shoot them. They don't give you anything, they just die. See, walked straight out of the sort of the base of operations, there's 3 guys straight in front of me. So there is action absolutely everywhere. I'm sure if I shoot these people, that woman behind me is not going to help. There's 4 of them. No, we'll just let them go. We'll let them walk past. So you do get the main world bosses that are out just wandering around as well. Overall, fantastic game. Absolutely loving every minute of it so far, and will continue to. So I'll look back. I'll do sort of a recap in sort of another couple of weeks, just once sort of more content has been added, more year 1 pass has been added, just so I can give my thoughts on that as well. But overall, this is a definite must-buy for anybody that liked the first one. You're going to love this one, and for anybody that hasn't played it, this is what, if something like this was to happen, I could probably see happening. It's incredible. So obviously do look out for sort of other videos coming up. We're going to do one on each of the specifications that are available at the moment. We will do another one sort of on chest locations within the world, and sort of the DZ world as well, where the DZ crates are. We'll do another episode just more based on the DZ and what you can do within the DC. You've got the guide coming up for the hunters, which give you the masks, which are sort of, to be fair, it's a cosmetic item. Obviously you've got lots of different things that you can open. So you've got sort of a little attachment on your bag, your shoes, all the different clothes and outfits that you can unlock. So you get one for your specialisation, and yours, I got that one from a side mission that we did, which is it's retro. That's probably the best way to put it. So as we get further and further, yeah, I'll do an update on that for you. So lots and lots more videos coming up. We're going to do a let's play on the game. I'm not going to start that yet. There's an episode up on it already, but I think I'm going to change it slightly. Just want to get more and more into the feel of the game before I do a let's play, because what I'm going to try and incorporate in the let's play is sort of tips for the different missions. We're going to look at sort of different missions in themselves, and sort of the strongholds. We'll have a look at all those as well. So there's lots more content coming up in the Division 2. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And this game, it's a 5 out of 5 for me. It's amazing. It's consumed my life over the last week, and it probably will continue to consume it for the near future. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found the sort of content useful and sort of an informative review of the game. Reviews are difficult because you've got to try and sell a game to someone, and I think as soon as you pick this game up, you'll be hooked. This game pretty much sells itself. There's no need for me to try and sell this to you. Obviously I'm not affiliated with Ubisoft by any means. I'm a gamer at heart, and just absolutely love the Division and the game itself. So we'll finish off with a sort of echo to finish there. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in, and what we'll do